This is Trauma Recovery Anonymous, the podcast. My name is Richard and I am your host. Unfortunately, today in this world we live in, many people are tempted by the idea of suicide. Life seems way too hard, there's no solution, and it's better for not to be here than to suffer in this way, as though they've lost all sense of meaning and purpose to life. And as a simple solution one can try, and it's die to this old life. The Bible says die to this old life. So you could go down to your local animal shelter and volunteer to take care of the abandoned pets down there, whether dogs or cats, whatever they are. Take them for walks, feed them, hold them, give them some attention, give them some love. By doing this and making yourself available to these pets and giving to an animal that has no expectations upon you, the sense of love and connection is quite profound, and it'll give you a will to live, and knowing that you have the ability to affect change in a person's life, that you can help a person or a thing in your life, that you can give of yourself and you're not worthless, that when those dogs see you coming, they jump around with joy because they know they're going to get 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours of your time, and they want it so badly, so earnestly. They need that love in their lives, that when they're getting it from you, they feel so overjoyed. They just jump with joy, and the feeling you have inside yourself is replicated. You feel a sense of your spirit being mended, the hole in your soul being filled in, and you are being filling it in with love, which we call the expression of God. And you become God in that moment to those animals by being there for them, whether you're feeding them with a bottle or you're playing with them or taking them for walks. They love every moment of you just being there. Most dogs just want the sense of someone being there. And that's what you can do. The next step you can do then is to go down to your local old folks home and check in with the staff about any old people there who have been abandoned by their families. It happens. When people get on with their lives, they send their elderly parents to an old folks home and kind of forget about them. So you find out which old folks have been abandoned, let go by their families, and arrange that you're going to go and visit them. And when you go, you say to them, I need a mentor in my life. I need someone to give me direction in my life or teach me about life. Would you be willing to be my mentor? The fact that you're giving them reason to live will be the most beautiful gift you can give them. They will bend over backwards to do anything to fulfill your needs for a mentor. And you, simply by giving them the opportunity to have meaning and purpose to their lives, you will win from it. What they share with you suddenly will be what you needed to hear. It'll change you, it'll make you grow, you'll learn in weeks and months what your fellows will take years to learn. You'll learn from the horse's mouth from an old person who's traveled through time, seen all of life, how they deal with life. They're telling you how to deal with life when you're 30, 40, 50. Before you even get there, you have an idea of how to cope with life. And their wisdom and their knowledge will be profound for you. And maybe you'll continue going to the orphanage, but now you're going to go to the old folks' home once a week or something. Or maybe you might even arrange with the old folks people that you can take this old folks down to the animal shelter and the two of you can visit animals at the same time. It can be a real sense of you giving back to society in a way that you get meaning and purpose to your life, and you realize you're not a hopeless case. There is a reason for you being on this earth, and you see it in the eyes of this elderly person, or you see it in the eyes of those pups, and everything in your life changes. The next step is to go to your local police station and get clearance to work with children. Nowadays, because of so much stuff going on in the life, you need to get clearance from the police station that they know you're sane, you're not a crazy some person who would harm a child. And when you get that clearance, go to your local orphanage and say you'd like to volunteer 1 hour, 2 hours a day a week to help with the children. It may be changing nappies, it might be feeding the babies, it might be holding them and singing lullabies to them, it might be playing with the older children, it might be teaching older children something, helping out in the classroom, at the orphanage. You'll start giving to children who badly need love, and they've been neglected, abandoned, betrayed, rejected. And you know what that feels like, because a moment ago you were thinking of killing yourself. You know the depths of how it feels to be abandoned, betrayed, rejected, feeling worthless, feeling less than. You give your love to these children and they will adore you for it. They will be so grateful, and your payment for this will be this feeling. You'll realize you're not broken, you're not hopeless, that people out there, the right people, realize your worth and want you in their lives. Maybe you're in a dysfunctional home with dysfunctional parents and dysfunctional siblings. Maybe that's your lot in life, but you can walk away from that. And you do it simply by volunteering at a pet station, volunteering at an old folks home, and then volunteering at the local orphanage. And in this, by giving of yourself, other people will be attracted to you when they see you giving of yourself. And maybe you thought you couldn't get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Someone in that community will be very attracted to you and will ask you out, or will invite you to a party, or they'll want to be in your life because you're so giving and loving. And here you are 1 minute thinking, I was going to kill myself 6 weeks ago. And here I am, and I have a whole network of friends around me, and I have reason and purpose for living, and I'm making a difference. And all I like to think is that if you ever do this and you decide to get, and you ever get a chance to work with these young children, I like to think that you'll work with this young child, that maybe in future they'll get married and they have kids, and one of their children will go on to create a cure for cancer or AIDS. No one will know the part you played in this, but God will know, and that's all that matters. We're put on this earth for a reason. I've been put on this earth to carry this message to you. And then maybe you get second wind, you don't take your life, but you decide to become a volunteer at a pet shelter, and then in an old folks home, and then in a orphanage. And suddenly, in 3 or 4 generations, we're seeing a child create a cure for cancer, all because of you. What you did today created a situation where someone changed, embraced life, and went on to create a cure for cancer or AIDS. It might be one of your descendants. It might be one of your descendants because you get this desire to live, and you go and you meet somebody and you get married and you have children. And because of the love in you you've been given to other people, your children grow in that and of that, and they go on to want to be a messenger of life in life, and they go on to create a cure for cancer or AIDS. And it's one of your children who achieved this. And that would never have happened if you hadn't taken a second chance at life. We have to understand the past is none of our business. Whatever happened in the past to make you suicidal didn't happen to you. It happened to your inner child. They, in their lifetime, another lifetime completely separate to your own, suffered a trauma. And you're thinking that you have to carry and process that for them. But it didn't happen to you. It's none of your business. It happened to your inner child. They suffered, endured, survived, and overcame that. So you'll be free today to have a life beyond their wildest dreams. And they need you to embrace that life that they've sacrificed so much for. And so you go down to your local animal shelter and you volunteer down there until you find your energy changing. Then you go to an old folks home, you do the same thing. And as you do this, your energy will start changing. Your spirit will start being lifted. You'll start feeling more confident. You go down to the local library and you learn everything you know about pet care, everything you know about taking care of elderly people, and so on. Then you get to the volunteer at an orphanage, and you do a course in childcare. You may become a male nurse or a doctor. You could change anything, become anything once you find your meaning and purpose. And your meaning and purpose might be at the animal shelter. You may never go any further than the animal shelter, but you find your meaning and purpose there. It might be at the old folks' home. It might be at the orphanage. Or it might be a case that gives you the incentive from all those experiences to start a family and to have your own children and become an old person yourself and know how to help other people. You have the ability to change the world. God doesn't make mistakes. In all of creation, he's never made a mistake, and he isn't starting with you. You were created for a reason. You've got meaning and purpose to your life, but it can only be found in the present moment. The past is none of your business. The future may never happen. All you have is today, the present, a gift from God. You are right where you're meant to be in your life in this moment. You are halfway between the past and halfway between the past and future. You're here in the present, a gift from God. And in this moment, you can change the lives of pets at an animal shelter, old folks in an old folks home, and children in an orphanage. You can do that today. Doesn't take rocket science. Don't need a degree. You, the person you are today, thinking you're hopeless and you've got no reason or worth to live, you can do this today. Right now, look up the local animal shelter in your area, phone them and say you'd like to volunteer. Can you come down today to help with anything? They'll welcome you with open arms. They need so much help, it's amazing. You go down there and you hold pets, or you feed pets, or you carry rubbish around, you clean up the stall. Whatever it is you're doing, you're around dogs. Dogs are getting to hear you, smell you, feel you, and know your energy. And they'll come running every time you come back. And you play with them, not even play, just give them time. And it'll change you, transform you, make you into this whole new human being. And then you do the old folks home. And then finally, please God, you get the clearance to do the orphanages. And you will be a changed person. You look back at yourself in 6 months' time and you won't believe the person you were and how you're going to give all this up and what you have today and what you would have lost out on. You were created for a reason. God doesn't make mistakes. He's never made a mistake in his life. You have meaning and purpose in the present. It can only be found in the present. Someone out there needs you in their life. You may think you're worthless, but there's someone out there who would give their right arm to have your life. And you can give that life to an old folks home, to an orphanage, some child who's worse than you, ready to give up in life. Suddenly you walk into their life and you give them hope. You give them a reason for living. You're telling them they're loved, they're cared for, and they change and they go on to achieve greatness. And it's all down to you. We hear these stories again and again where someone helps somebody else out, and then later on that person comes back and buys them a house or buys them a car. We see it over and over again. We see with movie stars, they were helped by somebody in the beginning and that person wouldn't take anything for their help, and suddenly the movie star came back and ended up buying them a house and paying off all their debts. And not to say that this is something you make money out of, but understand that you can make a difference in the lives of those around you. You have that power within you just to be present in the present moment. Don't bring the past into the present. Don't bring the future into the present. Focus solely on being here in these present moment. So right now, once I've finished listening to Richard, I look up and find out a phone number for the local animal shelter, and I'll go down to the animal shelter, or I'll phone the old folks home and see if they want someone to come and visit somebody. They may say, yeah, we have someone who's really ready to give up in life. They need a visit from somebody. And you arrive down and you say, listen, I'm here, I'm really lonely and I really feel like I'm lost and I've no one to turn to. And I thought it'd be a good idea to try and find a mentor at an old folks home. Would you be willing to mentor me? And see the light come on in their eyes. And that's you giving a gift simply by asking for help. The most beautiful gift you can give any person on this earth. My name is Richard Tierney. This program is Trauma Recovery Anonymous. If you have demons from the past you have to get rid of, this program will enable you to get rid of it so you can be completely free and present in the present moment. Thank you.